The film begins in the sweltering deserts of Qom, Iran, with armed soldiers watching over two seemingly regular workmen checking some cables buried in the sand. Tom Harris and Oliver Alterman, despite their gruff appearances, are secret CIA agents on a daring mission. Tom expertly installs a surveillance device, allowing the CIA access to confidential information passing through the nearby Iranian nuclear complex. As he emerges, a suspicious soldier demands an explanation, gripping his rifle tighter. Oliver, who is fluent in Farsi, tells a compelling story about being employed by the Ayatollah to improve Qom's internet connectivity. As Tom reaches into his pocket, tension is palpable. The soldiers shudder, anticipating the worst. But Tom, with a mischievous grin on his face, pulls out his phone, the screen of which is showing a live football match, in an attempt to demonstrate that the internet in the area has significantly improved. The tension fades into applause as the soldiers, engrossed in the game, forget their misgivings. Tom and Oliver's hazardous gambit has paid off so far. As Tom and Oliver hurry away, dust settles behind their vehicle, watched over by a CIA drone hovering high above. Once Tom has informed their contact that all is clear on the field, they begin hacking the system's mainframe. In 12 hours, they will start a nuclear chain reaction at the Iranian site. We are introduced to a journalist named Luna Kajai covering the nuclear concerns between Iran and Western nations. She stops recording when she receives a text from James, her Pentagon informant, in which he sends her an encrypted file. James sent her images of CIA operations in the Middle East, including Tom's assignment. She instantly contacts her editor at a European news agency to convey the information. This call is intercepted by Iranian special operatives, who are determined to extract the truth from her before the news breaks. Somewhere in the Middle East, a Taliban group led by Rasul is meeting in secret with Kahil Nasir, a Pakistani Inter-Services Intelligence, or ISI, agent. The ISI appears to be assisting the Taliban organization in gaining control of Afghanistan, but Kahil warns Rasul that they should refrain from being savage. Kahil asks them to stop kidnapping female educators and taking pictures with those they murdered. Following the conversation, Kahil contacts his boss, Siraj Agha, who informs him of the nuclear facility explosion in Iran. Returning to Tom, he arrives at the safe house beside Oliver. Tom climbs to the rooftop and calls his wife, advising her of his journey back to London the next day. She hopes that Tom will come home this time, especially because it is their daughter's high school graduation. Tom's work appears to have strained his family life. His wife reminds him to sign the divorce papers when he returns. Despite this, he feels unable to pursue a profession other than his current one. He observes from a distance while the CIA remotely detonates an underground nuclear facility. Back at the CIA headquarters, the entire crew is celebrating their successful mission. Sometime later, the head of Iran's intelligence service discovers the wreckage of a helicopter. One of his agents, Farzad Asadi, notifies him of the information Luna has received. Farzad is then instructed to get the information from her as quickly as possible. In Herat, Afghanistan, an elderly man named Mohammed Maud Daoud arrives at the international airport. When the immigration officer inquires about his visit, Maud claims that he is with the Red Crescent Group. After receiving permission to enter, he proceeds directly to a waiting car. Mo contacts Roman Chalmers, who has engaged him as a translator for a CIA mission to Herat. In exchange for his efforts, Chalmers has agreed to give Mo information about a certain woman. Tom bids Oliver goodnight, and tells him to remove any evidence of their objective before leaving the safe house. He reaches Dubai safely, but his flight is delayed. Soon after, he receives a message inviting him for a meeting before his aircraft departs. Roman, a CIA operative, invites Tom to a party at his home. Roman offers Tom a mission in Afghanistan, but he initially declines, preferring to return home. However, Roman assures Tom that the mission will be completed before Tom's daughter graduates, and gives him a huge amount of money to cover her future medical school fees. Tom accepts the proposition and is briefed by Roman about destroying Iran's nuclear program site near the Afghan border. Mo will serve as Tom's translator during the mission. Luna is on the phone in her hotel room when she is unexpectedly ambushed and captured by Iranian operatives. Farzad has taken her into custody and is questioning her. During the interrogation, Farzad gives Luna a printed image of herself and her daughter, hinting that her daughter's safety is at risk unless Luna cooperates. Luna reveals details about the CIA's use of shell businesses for Middle Eastern operations. However, when Farzad presses for particular names, Luna claims she is unaware of any individuals involved. In Herat, Tom is successfully dropped off and subsequently picked up by Mo, who takes him to a safe house within the town. The house is modest and in disrepair, but it serves as an ideal hiding place. Mo questions Tom about his objective, but he does not provide a clear response. It appears that Roman, who arranged for Mo's service, did not fully explain the objective to him. His duty was merely to recover Tom and act as his translator. That evening, Mo sneaks off to visit an old acquaintance in a remote location. Unbeknownst to many, the Taliban see Mo as a traitor and threaten to murder him if he returns to Afghanistan. Despite the risk, Mo accepted Roman's job offer because he is also on a personal journey to find his lost sister-in-law in Herat. Following his secret rendezvous, Mo visits his eldest son's burial in the desert. The confidential data Luna leaked is given to the media in the morning, revealing images of Tom and Oliver. Roman approaches Tom to notify him that his mission and identity in Iran have been compromised. Iranian operatives located and executed Oliver. Roman immediately aborts the expedition and orders Tom to flee Afghanistan. The leaked CIA operations file has made Tom a target for a variety of factions, including the Taliban, Iranian agents, ISI, ISIS-K, and even Al-Qaeda. If captured, Tom is likely to be sold to the highest bidder. Roman devises a rescue plan for Tom and Mo, arranging for their extraction by a Mi-6 aircraft set to depart in 30 hours. Chris Hoyt, the head of the CIA's Special Operations Unit, will assist with the mission. Roman informs his superiors that Tom must go 400 miles to Kandahar while escaping the multiple organizations seeking him. Simultaneously, Iranian spies obtain information on Tom's location. The ISI also gets involved, sending Kahil to arrest Tom. Kahil calls Rasul, requesting Taliban assistance in apprehending Tom before he drives into the city on his motorcycle. Tom rushes to get rid of his paperwork and proof, then instructs Mo to leave immediately. However, Iranian agents and Kahil are already nearby. Tom and Mo escape in their car, but quickly learn that Iranian spies are following them. Tom goes to the market to change his car. Despite their efforts, Iranian spies immediately identified the new car. Tom's car is stuck in traffic, allowing Farzad and his squad to approach from behind. Meanwhile, the Iranians have seen Kahil on his motorcycle. In a desperate attempt to flee, Tom drives onto the sidewalk, and Kahil follows suit. Tom's car is briefly halted by one of the Iranian vehicles, but he is able to drive away. Kahil seizes the opportunity and attaches a bomb to the Iranian car. Following an accident that causes him to fall off his bike, Kahil detonates the device and begins his pursuit, instructing Taliban forces to find Tom's truck. Tom takes a detour to avoid his pursuit, but he is abruptly confronted with a Taliban vehicle blocking his road. Despite being under fire, Tom rams his car into the Taliban van and rushes away. However, the heated situation takes its toll when a bullet hits one of Tom's car tires, leaving them stuck in the middle of the road. Tom tells Mo to swiftly fix the tire as he keeps an eye out for any future attacks. Mo laments about the position he's been dragged into, and Tom apologizes, explaining that he was part of the Iranian nuclear explosion, which is why no one is coming to save them. During this tense moment, they come across a little boy with a detonator stationed near their car. Despite the looming threat, they successfully fix the tire and drive away, with Kahil aggressively chasing them. Tom sends Roman a message informing him that he is headed to Dalaram to meet an old acquaintance. Roman seeks assistance from Ismail Rabbani after understanding the hidden message. Tom, in the meantime, keeps driving into the night, depending on night vision goggles for navigation to avoid discovery because putting on any lights would be too dangerous. Shortly, Farzad's helicopter approaches and begins firing at their vehicle, driving them off the road. The car has been seriously damaged by the constant gunfire, leaving Tom and Mo with little alternative but to continue on foot while still under attack from the helicopter. Farzad's soldiers disembark from the helicopter and begin their ground pursuit. In a desperate counterattack, Tom defeats Farzad's troops. He then devises a dangerous strategy, employing Mo as a decoy to capture the helicopter's attention. As the chopper approaches, ready to kill Mo, Tom seizes the opportunity and throws a grenade at it. The grenade reaches its target, causing a powerful explosion that sends the chopper plunging to the ground, killing all aboard. Chris has been tracking Tom's movements from the CIA headquarters, but he abruptly loses sight of him. Roman hasn't contacted them yet since he's too busy urging his allies, the Afghan Special Forces, to help Tom. Tom and Mo take a break in a safe location after beating the Iranian agents. Tom offers Mo his jacket for prayer and shares his food to break his fast while they tell stories about their families. Mo tells him about his deceased son, who was slain during an attack on Herat. Dawn breaks, and while Kahil inspects the destroyed Iranian chopper, Ismail's men ambush Tom and Mo. After clarifying who they are, the two are led to Ismail's camp. Mo is surprised to learn that they are seeking assistance from Tajik warlord Ismail Rabbani. They arrive at the camp and are greeted by Ismail. Ismail offers Tom a car to take him to Kandahar and invites the two to join him for a meal. During the meal, it is clear that Ismail enjoys Tom as they relive old recollections. However, Mo remains silent and sullen. When Ismail criticizes Mo's behavior, Mo lashes out, claiming that Ismail is a traitor who ruined Herat and killed many children, including his son. Ismail provides Mo with his gun and instructs him to shoot him dead. He does undoubtedly seek vengeance. Despite the uncomfortable circumstances, Mo declares he forgives Ismail and drops the gun. While Tom and Mo wait for the car, Tom apologizes for being insensitive and requesting assistance from the person who murdered Mo's son. He offers to deny Ismail's assistance, but Mo insists they continue their trek. As they drive away, Ismail betrays Tom and Mo by telling the ISC about their position and car description. Cahill, upon obtaining this information, orders Rasul to apprehend them. Unaware of Ismail's treason, Tom and Mo are attacked by Taliban fighters and are imprisoned at Taliban headquarters. Rasul tortures Mo because they see him as a traitor. Meanwhile, Roman and the Afghan Special Forces develop a plot to strike the Taliban base disguised as ISIS members. The plot succeeds, catching Rasul and his troops off guard. Amidst the tumult, Roman sneaks inside the camp to rescue Tom and Mo. Kahil arrives and discovers that the attackers are actually Afghan special troops. He finds Roman and Tom fleeing in a car and instantly resumes his pursuit. Determined to apprehend them, Kahil calls on the Taliban and other forces to join him in the pursuit. As Tom and Roman attempt to run, they know Kahil is hot on their heels. In a desperate move, Roman opens the car's sunroof and begins firing at Kahil's truck. However, during this violent exchange, Roman gets shot in the stomach. Despite being wounded, he decides to fling himself onto the road and continue firing at Kahil. Tragically, Kahil shoots and kills Roman. The chase heats up when Kahil, now on his motorcycle, orders his team to start firing on Tom's vehicle. The scenario quickly develops, with many groups approaching from various directions. As Tom approaches the border gate, their car is targeted by persistent missile fire. Finally, one of the missiles strikes Tom's car. Following the explosion, Kahil rushes to the wreckage to face Tom. The two engage in a violent shootout. Despite the odds, Tom defeats Kahil, after being shot in the gut during the fight. Surrounded by Taliban troops closing in from all sides, Tom and Mo have no choice but to surrender. They exchange farewells, ready for what appears to be an unavoidable conclusion. Meanwhile, at the CIA headquarters, Chris makes an important decision. He orders a pilot to bomb the area around Tom and Mo, opening an escape route for them. Chris understands that this order exceeds his authority, but he is determined not to let another agent die in Afghanistan. Just as Tom and Mo, feeling completely demoralized, prepare for the worst with the approaching Taliban warriors, they suddenly see an airplane dumping bombs on the enemy forces. They seize this unexpected opportunity by finding a car and daringly breaking through the border fence. Against all odds, they make it to the assigned plane barely in time for its departure. The film ends with Tom arriving at the London airport. In a beautiful reunion, he is embraced by his daughter. Mo, too, returns to his family in the United States, drawing the story to a hopeful conclusion. Thanks for watching. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe for more of these recaps. Until next time, have a nice day.